Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Right, as you can see guys, we have moved into June. We are now into June. So what we do need to do is we need to be trying to make the rest of this money. To try and get this contract, or try and contract the rest of this money, shall I say, so that we can move into getting our new piece of land. So first things first, we're going to have to just do our usual things of checking the productions. The dairy has run dry. That does not surprise me. So we are going to have to go down there. Obviously, that's not ready. That might have spawned something. Spinnery, that is what we're looking for. Right, we do need to get all this wool into the spinnery. So first thing is first is we need to find... do you know what, actually? Since we're here... we might as well start doing this one first. We'll do the milk first. I think we might... No, you know what? I'm very tempted actually to not do this way. Let's drop that for a second. I'll tell you the reason why. I think we're going to need to take the trailer. So I think if we move the wool over... I just realised where the freaking trailer is. Harvest season is upon us next month. So basically in 2 episodes time we'll be doing the canola, but then that's going to be too dear. I've been looking into this guys, and I was desperately trying to get my hands on the you know, the sugar beet field. I've changed my mind now. If we buy the other field first, you'll have to give me a second to check the numbers. I forgot what it was. Field number 33 instead of 35. That is sunflowers. If we were to rent a sunflower header, we can put that straight into our production already. We have a production. We can then look at using that said production along with the canola to make oil. Once we make said oil, that oil might, I'm just saying might, along with like the wool and the fabric and all that kind of stuff, we might be able to do it that way to get the other field. The other field is is obviously a sugar beet field. Now sugar beet does actually take a little while to harvest. It's also got a different growth pattern. So overall, we might be able to get both, but it, you know, it all kind of depends what kind of money we're earning today. Now let's have a look what we've done here. We've only got 309 litres with that. That's not a lot. But is it worth taking? No, do you know what? I'm not going to take goat's milk and start that, and just in case we get any problems. Let's get this shifted down to the spinnery. But yeah, if we get that first field is sunflower oil, we can put the sunflower into our windmill. Our windmill can then make sunflower oil as well as canola oil. So, and then that means we'll have more products to sell. So I'm thinking maybe that is the way to go. We do need to be looking to see if there is any other fertilizing contracts as well. We really could do with a fertilizing. There's a fertilizing contract. It's not a lot of money, but do you know what? Let's just refresh contracts. That one, field 18. Right. If we send our little worker offshore, this is going to be absolutely crazy in this episode today. Between getting things sold and okay, that hedge does not have a collision. Right, so field 18, that's literally just around the corner, isn't it? Do that, create job. I don't really know where you're supposed to go from there. Please go find your job. Right, that's that done. I've got an awful feeling Is it? I tell you what, it's worth doing. Let's go down to the dairy and see how many pallets. For example, if there's only one pallet, we might as well take the Massey. We might as well take the Massey Ferguson. We don't need the trailer. I did expect at least 2 pallets. I did expect at least 2 pallets. That's does kind of suck a little bit. Now I was thinking of putting like this into a time lapse, but yeah, the fact that that's only got 1 pallet, not a lot. Right. Yeah, sunflower. But yeah, whichever field we can afford to buy, we will buy. You got to remember, we're gonna have to maybe like fertilize it. We're gonna have to buy the sensor in for it as well. But the one on the right does give us a couple of months extra. Sunflower harvest season is coming up very, very soon. So as much as that one's cheaper, well, could you imagine having this as one big canola field? I won't be doing that, by the way, guys. I will be completing it as... These fields will be staying as different size fields. I don't want to have, like, one giant field. You know, we do need to get, you know, wheat for the chickens, even though they don't really produce much eggs. But, you know, they do give some. You know, we do need to... canola for, obviously, for the thing. But it just gives us a bigger field to be able to switch around. We've got sorghum for flour, you know, we need wheat or barley for flour, do you know what I mean? Having plenty of different crop fields, like, it'd be nice to do, oh, well, we could make that one giant field and do canola one year. We could do it as one giant field, in, you know, the year after and put barley in it. It wouldn't really matter which way around we did it. But it'd just be nice to be doing a little bit of something different, you know, something different every year rather than doing something different each year. Right, so that should be going into there. Right, that is done on there. No, I'm going to struggle with this. So that wants to be on there. That's going to drop that trailer there like that. Lovely jubbly. This won't give us a load of money from just one pallet. It might have been worth leaving it here, but since we were having to come down here, coming in the Massey Ferguson's not the end of the world. And we can just make some money. Now, you know what, this really does my head in when I do that. I just catch that building and it just glitches into it. But the problem is if I don't do it like that, I struggle to pick it up altogether. Right, and there we go. We are... That was weird. That's now connected to the weight, but the first time it connected to the tractor. And there we go, that's what we've got. 1,000 litres of buffalo milk bottled. Our contract is worth about 4 grand, currently using the slurry. Again, you know, we are making little bits of slurry. We will make more as the cows grow. For me, the cows are taking a long time to age and reproduce. And that is kind of slowed this series down. Like, if the cows had been breeding a little bit quicker, we'd have had more milk, we'd have had more buffalo milk, we'd have, you know. Like, look at the sheep, they're bred like rabbits, literally. What we'll do is we'll take these 2 tankers over to the sell point, because I can then come in the sell point. I can come back into the farm from the sell point way. Yeah, we're about 60 grand short of buying the field on the left. The field on the left, once we have a production, will be worth so much more money than this field. But this field, we already have the production, and we already have the harvester, you know. devil's advocate on how it's going to do it. Obviously, that's going to take a long time to harvest at 3 meters, but you know, we'd have 4 episodes basically to harvest that field. Right, here we go. Let's try and not hit the tree this time, or the lamppost. We do that quite a lot. Yeah, big shout out to everybody who has made it. I do believe this might be episode 50, guys, in this series. I didn't plan on this series going so long, to be honest, but I did also expect some good UK maps being released, and to be honest, there isn't. When I say UK, I do also mean Ireland in that. I know Ireland isn't technically part of the UK, but I do mean, you know, UK Irish maps. Yeah, there just isn't any. Lady Hill came out. That's to be honest, the person who made Lady Hill map, it's a nice map, it's a good size map, but you cannot sell any of the custom buildings on the farm. You'd have to go into the Giants editor. I suppose I could create a massive I could create a custom farm beforehand. I don't really like doing it like that. Right, so what other contracts have we got to do today? We've done the what is it? So let me just check. We might have to we can maybe go next month on the water, so we don't need to do that. They've got food. They've got 40,000 litres left. That's a good point, actually. It will be that time of year soon. They've got food enough. Right, let's just see what there is. We could do with... What are we harvesting? Spinach. Hoeing. See, I'd love to rent a hoe and do that, but last time I checked, hoe contracts still weren't working. Spraying, farming, weeding, wood. We could do another wood transport if you guys are chill with me doing it the way I did it last time. That would get us some money. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Liming is not... Okay, why is that not telling me the field numbers for... Okay, it doesn't show you the fields. So yeah, as it stands right now, the only thing we could do is that to that. It's kind of a bit of a rinse and repeat. That's not worth it. I'd have to rent the equipment because we don't have the harvester. Yeah, we could use our trailer, and it's not far, I suppose, but that's not worth it, to be honest. That's really not worth it. That's worth it. I tell you what, can we just accept this and borrow this? I want to see if... Yeah, hoeing contracts still do not work. 779. Right, I need to add 779 back in, guys. So I'm not losing money because this game is... Oh, wrong one. I'm not losing money because this game is still broken. 779. So the only contracts I've found you can't do now is the hoeing contracts. That's all we can do. That's all we can do right now is that wood transport. We'll do it. Like I say, we might not be earning loads and loads of money today, you know, like we have done over the last couple of days, but it will still be something. There doesn't seem to be any mowing contracts. There doesn't seem to be any baling contracts, any... There isn't even any wrapping contracts. We do have a wrapper now, as long as they want round bales. But yeah, let's go and do this. Like I say, it's not the best contract in the world. I will be using a bit of super strength again. It's just all about trying to get this this field. The problem is June 2 is not going to be any better, but as soon as July hits, we are harvesting. Harvesting's not the end of the world, by the way, guys. I just want to point that out because we can get canola out of our ground. We can get it straight into our production. It's not the end of the world. it's just a pain in the ass, because that could be the day the sunflowers also need harvesting. We could lose that. Although if we lose the sunflower harvest, we go straight for the sugar beet. I suppose it's not the end of the world. Weeding contracts though, guys, do still work on this game. It is just the hoeing contracts that are now not working still. I don't really know why Giants still haven't done that. I know people do still moan about some contracts on Reddit, but some... I don't know, actually. I was reading a Reddit post. Now, we're going to talk about this, and some people will be like, oh, what are we talking about this for? Someone told me that they've got contracts that glitch out like my hoeing one, but their hoeing ones don't glitch out. Which is very strange, because, like, you know, why is someone's hoeing contract, say glitching out for someone? For me, for example, which isn't actually, you know, why isn't it work? Why does it work for other people? Now, I did test this, by the way, with precision farming, and just precision farming. I don't have a mod conflict. I just want to point that out. There is no mod conflict for this. It's just very weird that, you know, that it is just the way it is. It's strange. Like I say, I don't like. I got really used to it, and I got really good, or not good, but I got really good for me with the front loading. But there's no way I'm moving logs with the front loader, guys. It's quite simple. Maybe if we had a log trailer, I might have one of those, by the way. Maybe if we had a log trailer, I'd probably try and get the, you know, buy the front loader attachment for it and stuff. But right now we don't have that. We are pushing for a new field to expand the farm. That is not stacked very well. Jesus Christ. God, it's warm today, guys. Are we all enjoying the UK heatwave at the moment, guys? There's one thing about me. I live on a hill. It's not a very big hill, but at the bottom of my road, literally, if you walk like 2 minutes east from my house, down the hill, you are literally at the sea, the beach. And it's literally, I live that close that on a night I can't have my windows open because of seagulls. It is so loud. They literally are a pain in the bum. It's yeah, it's been very warm in my house. Bloody hell, if you have the windows open big enough where we live and you're cooking your dinner, seagulls will come through your windows if they're open wide enough. Yeah, it's been quite what is it, quite bad. And some of the windows we could open, we can't open because we've still got scaffolding up at the moment. So it's yeah, it's been a warm one for us. It's been a very warm one. There we go. We have delivered 52%. We'll just quickly go for the rest of them. And that is us. So we personally have earned about... Oh yeah, we've earned a bit of money, haven't we? Let's be honest. Not nearly as much as I wanted. I was hoping to hit another 50 grand today. I'm not gonna lie. That has not worked out in the fight. I am very, very disappointed with the fact that we haven't hit the 50 grand mark. Have about no, we had 19 logs. We've done 52%, so we must have done 10. We should have about 9 logs left, I think. Yeah, 9 logs should be about right. Tell you what though, that contract is taking a little while. I hope he's not run out of slurry and I'm sat paying someone for no reason. That is a possibility. Don't see any don't see any slurry coming out of the back, but he is in the process of doing a turn, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. Come on, we want to get these logs in here quickly. Yeah, we are going to have to go another one on the width, because, yeah. Don't have a choice there. Yeah, this is not exactly a great money earner. It wasn't a great contract to do. I could have maybe time lapsed. I maybe should have done. There's just nothing really else to do in June. It's really struggling. If I think or remember rightly, guys, I think last June was when we did our grass silage for the cows. You've got to remember, we cannot run out of silage. Don't think we've got any straw this year. Don't think sorghum produces us any straw, so that means we've got no straw. I'm trying to think of ways to get manure now, guys, because fertilising contracts, if we were to get a, well, we could just send the Massey Ferguson out, for example, with a worker getting the manure out of the pit. Yeah, no grass contracts. That's kind of, yeah, I expected a couple of grass contracts. There's a lot of grass fields on this map and no contracts. Very strange. No, the one, I don't even think there was any barley. I know there was them deadwood ones. Might be worth doing a deadwood contract. I've never done one before. I know you just have to go and chop the trees and then you basically sell the wood from the tree. Boom, big shout out as well to the guy in the Discord. I can't remember names. I get that many messages, especially with people wanting help with mods and stuff. Big shout out to the guy who told me there is a, what is it, at the animal dealership. He told me it's on, you go into the animal dealer, you go around like to the back end basically, and you, yeah, and you can, and there's a thing on the wall apparently. So yeah, I do just want to give a shout out to you. I want to say guy, you could be a girl. I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, I could be wrong. I've said guy, but to be honest with you, when I say guys, I don't mean like guys like, you know, guys like as in males, females. It's just guys is kind of like a saying where I'm from. He would, yes. Well, that must. Yeah, he says collect. There you go. Well, there you go then, guys. There's £12,000. I did not expect that to be £12,000. The last ones we've got have been 5,000 and 6,000. Yeah, basically they just were like, if you go to the animal dealership and you walk around it to the far end, oh, there's one on the wall. That was the kind of instruction I needed to be able to get that, basically. That's how it works. It was super easy, super convenient, and because of it we've made we've made more money today in that one sticker, piece of art, information. Yeah, that alone has kind of just made more money than anything else we've done in this episode. But if there's nothing to do next month, guys, we're going to have to look at doing the silage on our field. Our canola field needs a quick turnaround. We need to harvest it, then the month after that we need to get it replanted. I'm not really 100% sure what month the sorghum's due. I've not done the sorghum on this game. no, we have officially run out of slurry. We have no, we have run out of slurry. That is not good. We have got 14%. We are going to have to go and finish that 14% then. I didn't think that field was that big. I thought we could have done that. And we could technically wait till June 2 and finish it, but yeah, I kind of want to set him off on maybe like a, I don't know, a cultivating or a ploughing contract of some sort. I don't, you know, something else. Oh, that is really let me down as that, to be honest. Right, where are we? Yep, he has gone through the entire supply. No. And we don't have manure to finish this. Devastating, guys. We are only at 86% completed. No, that is... You know why he's done it? Because we've left it on an automatic application rate. If we had it on the lowest value and we did that, we could have lowered the value on the two contracts. It wouldn't have used as much. We will officially not have enough slurry to put on our fields this year. I expected at least 10,000 litres left. That's used 30, we had 30-ish, something like 30,000 litres left. We had 8,000 litres in the tank. So we had about 40,000 litres. And it didn't finish. Oh my god, that has really screwed us for our fields. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good at all. Now, if you're wondering, thinking to yourself, well, why don't we plan? You see, why don't we look at maybe getting that sunflower? The reason being, guys, is there's not much difference between the two prices, is there? And I do kind of want to get the other one first, if I can. You know, the sugar beet one. I know we keep talking about this, but another reason for this is that there's not much price difference between the two. And next month, as in June 2, in the next episode, sorry, in June 2, we might have a pallet of fabric. A pallet of fabric is going to be worth up to around £10,000. If that can be worth £10,000 plus any contracts that we do in the next month, might be the difference between the sunflower and not the sunflower. So that's kind of why I'm trying to get this done. If we pay, if we finish this contract right now, I know I said I weren't going to do this, by the way, with this header, solid fertilizer, but we've run out. We don't have a choice. Yeah. So the idea is if we can then wait till June 2, we can maybe look at getting a pallet of fabric, possibly. If we then get a pallet of fabric, that could be about up to £10,000, about 9.5 grand plus environmental score, so it can be up to about £10,000. That on its own is a brilliant income. We can then put some wool into the spinnery if need be. If we don't need to, we can maybe pull the wool and go up and sell it at the sell point. You know, that could be another £5,000 or £6,000. We will have stuff come from the dairy. That was a waste. Why are we aha, I tell you what, guys, let's change the working view on this, because change the working width, control and Z. Let's do 21 meters. That should be more than enough. I don't even think 21. I think we can get away with smaller. Yes, we can. I don't want to go any thinner than that, though. There we go. There's no point wasting it at the top. Can we go thinner? We can go thinner. Wow, this is the thinnest we can go though, guys. This is how little he had left to finish. That's the painful part of this, is he had this little left to do. I love how the textures don't match. 95% done. Yeah, we can't do fertilising contracts now. I should have maybe done one of the smaller fields, but we're trying to earn the money. We're not going to earn money if we do the small ones. There. And there we go. The contract is done. Right, let's just set that back to its natural width and cash that contract in. One contract completed, £4,000. Now it did technically cost us 132 litres of fertiliser. So we didn't quite make pure profit on that. When you have to use solid fertiliser, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to use the slurry. You see, it's pure profit. Apart from a bit of diesel and a bit of wages, it's just pure profit. And if we were to do it, it would be pure profit. We feed the cows, we make money from the cows off the milk. The milk goes into the production. The poop, extra. Yeah, we do need to try and get some straw, I think, now, and get it into the thing so we can use manure and slurry. Even if we use like slurry on contract and manure on our fields, you know, just one or the other. There we go. That is another job. That's another job down. I don't think there's anything else, although I'm trying to think how long we've been recording. Let's just have a look. There shouldn't be any other contract. We've now have bale wrapping contracts. I didn't know they were there, to be honest. No, harvesting spinach, barley. Wow. Okay, guys. The spinach, barley, spinach. So contracts are coming through. This is why I wanted to do these contracts, but hoeing just doesn't work. We're not doing. Here we go, guys. In the next episode, we will be 6,000. We are going to be doing some of this in the next episode. 3,000. Yeah, it's going to be a very grassy episode. I don't care. We are going to be making some money on the grass. Why weren't you there earlier? I could have done with you earlier. That's just weeding. That's just weeding. Another wood transport. I don't want to do that though. And it's not very good doing them ones. We'll see. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is where I'm going to leave this episode. Like I say, it's been one of those episodes where we just couldn't get the contracts. And now the contracts have appeared, which does mean in the next episode, we are going to be super busy. Also, if your name is on this board, massive shout out to you guys who helped support the channel. Your contributions do go to keeping these videos going. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.